Hello there everyone and welcome back. It's time to round off my time with the Tau Protector Fleet and we are going to mix up a little bit, I swear to you this time. There's going to be no more custodians, although it may not be as drastic as you would like, since in all honesty, I feel like a light complement of auxiliary ships is probably better suited, at least for the Protector Fleet, since at least the Protector Fleets can actually provide decent support with its railgun fire and the Secret Missile combination. Whereas the Merchant Fleet, I feel like they are a little more relegated to support and utility, a tiny bit at least, just because they almost rely exclusively on their fighters and secret missiles and almost none on their ion cannons and railguns, I would argue. But nonetheless, I am going to dip my toe into it a little bit. I am seriously wondering if I do want to experiment with like a second Bastion, maybe take out more than likely I'm going to have to get rid of one of these protectors if I want to squeeze in another Bastion, which I don't know how comfortable I am with that, since the fighters alone are really damn important to even allow the secret missiles to do the damage necessary. Since, as I kind of hinted at before and as comments would suggest, the railguns are not really very potent, and a lot of that is because they only do 4 damage a shot. But keep in mind, there are a lot of railguns shooting at your opponents constantly, especially if you can get away with reload. These things are going to be firing at a constant, 5 seconds roughly? Roughly around that time. And as I kind of hinted at, the Sauces, all the emissaries have double railguns at that. So they are even more potent potentially at the railgun front. It's really only the prow focused ones on the protectors that actually makes it a potent fireboat. But with the fighter base and secret missiles to complement it, it is still absurd damage when done right. So I would argue, sure, they do almost no damage, especially against A3 armor, but once you get a handful of these things going, especially with what I'm planning on doing, I want to utilize targeting coordinator as opposed to the mission dissipator. I feel like I could get away with this if I position myself properly, since there isn't really any element of surprise anymore with my emissaries, my Sauces. If I kind of go to lock-on mode, or even start firing in general, so I feel like this is only useful at the very beginning of a battle, and the targeting coordinator is going to be useful all throughout the entire fight, especially since it encourages me to do the one thing you never would expect frigates to do, which is actually help in a fight, for crying out loud. So I'm a little bit excited for that prospect, especially now that we have Castellans that also have secret missiles to join in on the onslaught. So we'll see how we do. Ooh, Tyranids. Now the big question, Pyro Acid or not? I should seriously go in with the expectation that's a Pyro Acid fleet, and then it ultimately comes down to how quickly can I reveal them. Especially if I can catch them with kind of separate from each other. That would probably be the dream, because then once their shields are down, I don't need to tell you what's going to happen after that. It's just a shame I don't have a custodian to kind of compound on that fact. I have the Bastion, which does not want to get close to him until after we soften him up thoroughly. I think it's a safe assumption there, so I will be playing the early portions of this battle a little bit weaker than usual, at least compared to my other 2 Tau videos. And we hear the tracking senses, so that tells me Pyro Acid. And it lets me know that they have extended sensor reach as well. Now, Bastion, without a doubt, is going to be hanging back there. The deployment zones, or at least the objectives, are a little bit awkward. How do I best want to position myself? And let's not forget about Monka. Although it could be argued that Monka may not be very helpful since I can't actually destroy their engines. But fire results are still really really impactful. So I think that still warrants utilizing. And then I have a fallback point with the Bastion if I'm fortunate enough. But otherwise, I have 3 fighter squadrons. I kind of want to beacon a little bit. Disruption bomb is so damn important, but I could justify this a tiny bit. Well, they're Pyro Acids. I'm very content we're dealing with Pyro Acids, so maybe I want to repair drones. Double down on my vision a bit. Probably, I would like one, but not both if I were to be serious. I just don't know what would be more impactful for the situation.
Ready.
But nonetheless. Nope. We're getting nice tells on where my opponents are. And this is what I'm going to do. Just deploy my fighters in such a manner so, ideally, they overlap a bit. And I forgot to group my Bastion. But this gives me a nice little sensor net here. I'm going to fire a beacon over on the left for good measure. This gives us some form of early warning.
The enemy has seized a strategic
It's just a
area.
question of, well, if it's a pirate fleet, they only got 2 fighter squadrons per hive ship at least.
At your orders.
And if my
You have
Tyranid
seized a
mindset, or at least
strategic
player
area.
mindset, is to be suggested, they probably will have 3 hive ships and then a handful of Krakens maybe. But first, the most important thing is actually detect them before we worry about any of that. And then, I'm kind of content leaving my Bastion here for now. I'm going to eventually fall back. It goes without saying. Just gotta keep in mind there's a gas cloud here that's going to be a little problematic. I had not considered this through the best. But I will get vision. Okay, 2 hive ships there. So I got a bit of a tell so far.
Drones have identified an
And then we have some Kraken. So yeah, it's definitely a pirate fleet. It's just a question of, can I do anything about this in a quick and efficient manner? Since my fighters are out, I don't have the convenience of manta bombers. It goes without saying. And let's see. Actually, let me enhance the range some. Since again, I got a good sensor net here. Actually, let my Bastion deal with the 1 Kraken. That'll be pretty nice. And try and kill these off quickly.
Honor the teachings of Yona.
If I can remember to do my control groups properly.
Weapons hot.
They are trying. I gotta keep in mind. Should not get too complacent after all. We are still dealing with hive ships which conveniently are just sitting back. I could start moving towards the objectives there. And if there are only 2 hive ships there, I can grab the others easily enough. I just kind of wish I had you moving forward.
Demiurge Brotherhood responding.
No.
As the Ethereals wish.
So you are marked. I kind of want to just keep shooting these things, get the free kills, and soften them up appropriately. Yeah, my fighters are not in the best position, but let's hold fire with you and just put you in place.
Honor the teachings of Yona.
Can't get too carried away, since there is a bit of a blind spot now in my vision. At least until the fighters come by.
How may I serve the tower? The patient hunter
Okay.
is the prey.
I was just revealed, so
At your orders, Koro.
let's not get too complacent just yet.
We serve the Kovat. Barracuda shows launched.
And of course my Demiurge is not in a good spot right now, but I can launch some fighters to help give me a bit of early warning.
Shows launched.
So let's grab this objective and
The
prepare
enemy
for my
has seized
beacon.
a strategic area.
Oh, this is convenient.
Gutide's teachings
So you only got
guide
2
our
hive ships so far.
Drones have identified an enemy target.
Yes, please, rush into my waiting arms. I just got...
Calculating new vector.
Alright, you can have your objective.
Aircraft
Can we kill this thing off?
You have seized a strategic area. The
Well, that's
enemy
easily
has
negated
seized a
quickly enough.
strategic area.
Everything is marked, so we gotta do this quickly.
How may I serve the tower?
Oh, there's a lot of ships, in fact. Interesting. This I was not prepared for.
Aircraft ready for orders.
Although my sauces are in a terrible position, I thought I had them turned around, if I were to be serious.
Forever ready.
Bad time to run out of combustion gauge, but...
The Ethereals guide us.
Oh, it's because I didn't turn off their focusing. That's what's going on.
To spread
Yeah, this is a shame. Damn it. I was caught a little flat-foot there, and I need my Bastion here.
resetting systems.
Your prow is gone. The flagship, unfortunately, is dead. Can I at least kill these things off quickly? Losing combustion gauge is a huge deal, though.
Honor the teachings of Yona. At your orders, Koro.
The enemy has accumulated 25%.
That is my big failing in this part here, especially having no more disruption bombs. I should have pulled back a little bit sooner.
We serve the Korvacha.
Because being able to fight these things in range is so damn important. And trying to get the objective may have cost me a tiny bit. I thought I was being a little bit clever. And the damage on these things is definitely good. We killed off the one light cruiser ridiculously fast, but now I don't have the muscle I would have liked. Can we at least kill one of these hive ships? They don't have... If it was the flagship, this would actually be pretty good for me. Yeah, this is over there. That was poor execution. Just burning out the combustion gauge cost me heavily. Because I need to engage them as soon as possible. And maybe I spent way too much time on the Krakens when I didn't need to. Hell.
You have accumulated 25%.
When the hell did the crew of these things get killed off, I wonder? The Krakens. I want a rematch. I could have done that so much better. Hell, a custodian alone with the bombers would have been amazing too. Since we did get the disruption bomb, I should have capitalized on that cursed hive ship. That would have helped a ton. So sadly, it does not look like we're going to get our rematch. That's a shame, at least with Paradox at least. Although I don't know what is with me today there. I feel like I'm really off of my game. So let's hope for improving that a little bit. I don't know what it is. I got no excuses, and I'd rather not give you a video with me just messing up and slipping up. So let's try and fix our game a little bit. Although in all honesty, I got to make sure Demiurge's actually in the fight, and in a way that doesn't immediately get killed as a result. Sure, it may be a point-blank range fighter, but I don't want it to die needlessly. Because it could very easily be seen as a suicide run in most cases, if I'm just going to rush in there with the Demiurge. And I would like to avoid that. Otherwise, let's start making our way to the left, or at least on this right side here, and start pushing forward, I guess. Is what I think I'll do. And targeting coordinator. I like the targeting coordinator a little bit, although, well, like I already hinted at before, it's going to pay off in the long term, I want to think, but early on, early on, yeah, I'm starting to realize maybe the solid running, it can be a bit of a hindrance if they chase after my sauces, which is why positioning is so important, I want to argue.
Monka,
And let's
the killing blow brings
remember
the
our
enemy's
dang
end.
a stance. That might help too. I honestly can't remember if I had that on or off for the Tyranid match, if I were to be so honest.
As the
I know I
Ethereals
actively talked about it, so maybe I should be fine. Maybe.
drones have identified an enemy target.
Otherwise, 4 ships here. And we got 3 frigates boosted on forward.
We serve the Korvacha.
So, what are we up against here? I already kind of played this opponent, I'm going to be honest, and things just fell apart for me. I just don't know what it was. It just wasn't even up to my level of play, if I were to be serious. But before, it was like, it looks like 4 battleships, but it was actually, what, 3 Grand Cruisers and a Retribution of sorts? So I really want to try and focus on doing this proper. What on earth went wrong, though, in all honesty? Well, my Demiurge actually was nowhere near an asteroid belt. I put it somewhere where it was just not impactful. I don't know. I have no excuses for that. They were just embarrassing and abysmal. Otherwise, I want the sauces in a good spot, too, which can be a bit tricky. But at least we have an obvious route where we can go to as far as objectives and points, so we could start working on that.
Demiurge Brotherhood responding.
Now the big question, well, I could easily leave the Demiurge in here since I am going to naturally be wanting to fall back, I think. And then the Demiurge can spring into action. Just gotta make sure sauces are able to do something about this.
For Anva it will be so.
And ideally, what does it go after? Well, whatever is crippled, I suppose, since the one downside of having ships spread out like this is it can be really tricky to focus all your fire on a single ship. So I need to be cautious of that.
Barracuda shoals.
And then otherwise, let's try and reveal some of these ships. And work from there.
The Kovatra.
Maybe there's an overemphasis on me trying to snipe down the frigates when it's not necessary. Especially the frigates that aren't really meant for doing damage. And Castellan, I don't want you getting yourself killed off. Ideally.
Drones have
Ideally.
identified enemy target.
Can we at least do some kind of damage here, I wonder? Actually, let me simplify my control a little bit and just spread these out some. That might help a bit. Well, let's see, the ship's already moving away from me some, so I could probably grab this objective. Just again, gotta remember to
The enemy has
change
seized
my
a
stance or
strategic
attack
area.
angle some.
We serve the Corvacha.
And let's see.
The patient hunter gets the prey.
Let's try and hit with a railgun. I don't think we're gonna get the double hit with their arc.
Drive engaged.
But that's a good hit to start.
Barracuda drones launched.
Then we'll start revealing them. Well, they kind of were going to reveal themselves in a moment anyway.
Demiurge Brotherhood responding.
Alright.
Closing on your position.
Let's see, damage is done there.
Ready for orders.
I'm kind of content to let those things die a little bit, but
Maneuvering thrusters engaged.
I got the battleships
Serve the
marked.
Corvacha.
So that's helpful there. And I have a gas cloud to conceal myself in too.
How may I serve the
Yeah, they're trying to go after this Castellan. I will not allow that.
To spread the greater good.
But with the extra assist, extra damage, that might be good.
Guide our fire.
For Anva it will be so.
Can I do more damage? Actually, I have fighters.
Barracuda shoals launched.
I'm just not going to get the best in seeker missile damage unless I rotate my ships appropriately. Especially, oh god. Okay, I was worried I might hit myself there,
Imperial's guide.
which was a very real possibility.
Restore the Earth Cast's construction.
That's not what I want, but I'll take it, I guess.
Honor your love.
Demiurge ship at your orders.
So your engines are gone.
Red lights
I do need marking as well to maximize my critical hit damage.
Imperial's wish.
Demiurge Brotherhood responding.
Well, if the sauces are dying, that's kind of okay. I'm gonna trade an eye for an eye there and go after your
Greater good.
thing, what is it?
At your orders.
Let's see, and I have repairs.
Patient gets the prey.
Oh, you don't even have the sensors to kind of reveal this thing.
For Anva it will be so.
I was hoping for a double hit, but that was me trying to get greedy. And I forgot to change my fire angle stance, which can be a bit of a pain here.
Bombing run underway.
Now, sadly, I don't have any fighters launched, but
Systems taking heavy damage.
we got good damage here. Now, Bastion, since they kind of conveniently ignored you, let's go see what we can do here.
Honor the teachings of
Do you have any fighters? Okay, you have fighters, so we just need seeker missiles to join this fray.
Surveying location.
I gotta do this quickly, though, which was a really bad torpedo arc. Damn it! This is really bad cutting beam. I will be honest there. So let's correct this by destroying the Grand Cruiser.
Demiurge ship at your orders.
Did I fire my secret missiles? I fired something, I just don't see them.
Underway.
Unless I accidentally hit myself with the Demiurge, that's entirely possible.
aircraft ready for orders. The patient
That's 2 Grand Cruisers gone. You, alas, are not going to be able to do much, but...
shoals launched. Corel.
Okay, you can repair, so you're good.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
And Sausage, just conceal yourself.
We serve the Corvacha.
I think we're good. Well, that was good until I decided to ram myself.
Gravitic drive engaged. Corel, let
Yeah, this is really awkward. This is something you need to be very mindful of as a Tau fleet.
the patient hunter gets
Okay,
Survey
since we've been revealed, let's just go grab the points and maybe disengage. There we go, we're finally free. Good God, that was a nightmare to deal with.
Demiurge Brotherhood responding.
But let's see. If you're gonna hide there, fine, hide there. You lost half your fleet.
ready for orders.
And my sauces can... Oh, let's hold that thought. We're about to ram ourselves.
Of the order. How may I serve the town?
Okay, you're gonna be pretty much bored to death, so I think we're good in that regard.
You have
The marker light's
seized a
gone.
strategic area.
Or at least the mark is gone. Or the vision you're providing is kind of gone, is what I mean to say.
Repair
And I can
crews
reveal them in a
begin
moment.
Operations. Mining ship underway.
Now let's position ourselves properly here, shall we?
We serve the Kovatra.
I want to grab the objective, but I kind of... Oh, do I have a frigate? No, I don't. And my opponent's currently boosting towards me, I think, or just boosting out in general.
How may I serve the town? We serve the Corvatra. To spread
Can
the
I do the
great
damage necessary here?
Calculating new vector.
Because you're not going to get the ram. Actually, I'm just not going to let you ram any of them, if I were to be serious.
Brotherhood responding.
for Amber it will be.
And let the Demiurge get its shot in.
Surveying location.
Let's not mess this up this time.
Protect the cargo.
Your tides teach
And the one big trait here that I'm going to try and use... Oh, well, never mind. Decide to ram me, but I got repair drones.
The enemy has
Yes, I can
accumulated
easily
25%
reposition.
of strategic points.
the ethereals guide us.
Fire seeker missiles and finish this off.
As the ethereals wish.
I think I was too close with the flagship.
Calculate new vector.
But those are good hits. Those fire assaults are a guaranteed kill.
Aircraft ready for orders.
Now I just gotta make them count. And I do thankfully have rally.
The Corvatra. Gravitic drive engaged.
Now just bomb and get the hell out, I suppose, is the strategy here.
Pure tide's teachings guide our fire.
Barracuda drones launched.
No.
You
Well,
have
I guess that's game.
accumulated 50% of
I will
strategic
be perfectly
points.
honest, I did play a match with him before. Just before that I'm probably cut out of YouTube, but it's like I hinted at, it was a complete embarrassment. I want to try and at least give you a decent match, but I want to at least make it feel like, at least be honest at the same time, I suppose. If I lose, I lose, but at least I want to feel like I did something, at least put a real effort into it. In that first match, for some weird reason, it's like I said, the Bastion was nowhere near an asteroid belt. I had my ships ram themselves multiple times too. It was not a match that I want to even show on YouTube. Now I'm just rambling on. I don't know what to say. Ooh, chaos. I already talked about how they kind of are a little bit handicapped, it feels like, just because of the potency of the repair drone. But now that I don't have the custodian anymore, and losing out on one charge of my repair drones, this could go a little bit better for them. It's again, I have no idea if my repair drone is actually connected to the generator, or even the deck to have chaos at least have a way to turn that off, or at least deny me that for periods at a time, but actually it should highlight, well, I have to select it first. It doesn't really show it here, so I'm left wondering a bit, just a tiny bit, but I do seriously want to consider the possibility of slaughters, so I think I may pull back, or at least get rid of the railgun shot to maybe protect myself from at least the possibility of slaughters. It's not so much the firepower, it's more the speed that I'm terrified of. If I can manage that well, and keep them at arm's length, then they can't do any damage to me so long as they're chasing me. And I can do a good amount of damage with their lack of heavy prows, so in theory this could go well if I do this properly. And Demiurge, what do I do with you? Well, it's kind of self-explanatory, doesn't it? Or isn't it? I can only put you basically where the asteroid belts are, unless I want to really limit your firepower, which I honestly don't want to do. Now the big question, so do I want a mission dissipate or not, since, well, if they're shooting at me, that's not a big deal, I'm already revealed. So I think the additional accuracy might be good. I want to try to deliberately avoid using the emission dissipator to an extent.
Gravity drive engaged.
But there are some situations like Drukhari, any of the Eldari matches, I feel I may go with the emission dissipator. Just so, that way, I could start putting early pressure on my opponent to at least engage me. Ideally on my terms, where I'm in the middle of a bunch of objectives they don't want me to have. Ideally. But otherwise, I like to try and avoid that some, and prioritize more on the positioning, which requires a lot of awareness and all that stuff, but I won't deny the emission dissipator is definitely a really damn nice convenience to have. It goes without saying.
Ship at your orders.
Now let's see what these ships are. Are they battleships? Are they grand cruisers? Normally we would see like 5 cruisers or 5 ships of some kind.
The tower shall prosper.
It remains to be seen if that's the
We
case
serve
or
the
not.
Kawatra.
And I honestly can't remember, did I do Cao Young or not? Nope, ooh. Let's see, it's Monka is what I was referring to, but it looks like we're Cao Young due to the range enhancement, so this could work well for me.
Tower shall prosper.
We have, what, just a light cruiser over there? No, it looks like a frigate, so I kind of can ignore that for the
How
time
may I
being.
serve the tower?
And maybe I can use my sauces in the gas cloud and the protectors kind of as bait. I gotta stop doing that. A lot of it may have to do with my commentary distracting me, of course, but we'll see how this does.
Drones have identified an enemy target.
Oh, 4 battleships. Well, this is not going to be too terribly exciting, but it's all Lance base. Really what it does is it gives less lances for more health, and a couple of torpedoes, which can always be scary too. It goes without saying.
At your orders.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
But I have gas clouds here.
The enemy has seized
All the
a
objectives are
strategic
kind of
area.
really damn spread out, so I need to be careful of that.
Ship underway.
And with the battleships able to grab points incredibly quick, it's going to be hard to utilize that.
Demiurge brother.
Alright, let's just boost on out. So long as I have shields, I'm not going to take any real damage long term.
Aircast ready for orders.
In fact, they're not even in lance range, so I think I'm good on that front.
Greater good.
You have seized a strategic
I think
area.
I'll have the Castellans switch roles. At least by that, grab the objective behind me, and see if we can contend with these lances some. Since we do have vision of them right now,
Aircast ready for orders.
I just gotta make sure this Castellan supports. I need to get in the gas cloud so that way it can lock on.
At your orders, Koro.
Oh, it is a light cruiser, interesting.
Surveying location.
So I know what to do with you.
The patient hunter gets the prey.
Something to mine there.
So it is gonna reveal itself. Well, it is actually marked, so that's not a big deal just yet.
Aircast ready for orders.
I just gotta mark these things. Oh god, seriously?
Gets the prey.
I hate this sometimes.
Corel ready.
The width of these ships is absurd. It messes with the control quite a bit.
Barracuda shoals launched.
But we are in a gas cloud.
The patient hunter.
I am screwing up quite a bit, but
Barracuda shoals launched.
see about doing damage necessary.
Surveying location.
And just chase that thing down with the Demiurge. Actually, who am I kidding?
Demiurge.
My opponent's getting really damn aggressive right now. So I think we oblige them.
We serve the
I just hope I did not hit myself with the seeker missiles with that said.
as the ethereals wish.
The enemy
Now, I
has
think I may have
seized
hit myself some with seeker
strategic
missiles, so that's a bit of a shame, but
At your orders, Koro.
you could disengage easily. Get behind the other ships.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
I am marked, but that might be short-lived due to the top-heavy my opponent's being right now. Because, yeah, this is taking a lot of beating. Sadly, my own stasis bombs hindered me a bit. But
Surveying Marking location.
Alright. Torpedo sadly did not hit.
Repair crews
But
begin
can we make this damage
operations.
stick? And actually, well, I'm not Monka, to be fair, so let's keep that in mind. But
Demiurge ship at your
melt this thing.
The enemy
It
has
wasted a bunch of their
accumulated
boring, so I'm kind of okay with that.
25% points.
As the ethereal
And with
wish.
Cao Yang, we are in the perfect firing arc. We just gotta do the damage necessary now.
Ready.
So that one's dead.
repair crews begin operation.
Okay, that's fine. Keep in mind
Barracuda
the
shores
positioning
launched.
here. Oh yeah, I did turn off my stances too, so that's a bit of another thing. I kind of did not consider very well.
The ethereals guide us. We serve the covert.
So we still got a lot of firepower, we're just gonna have to switch stance partners now. Especially now I'm in repair drone range.
Something to mine there.
Courier, ready.
You have accumulated 25% of strategic points.
Now Sauces,
Gravitic drive engaged.
we're gonna have your lock-on stance available.
The patient hunter gets the prey.
I don't want you ramming each other again, please. Whatever you do.
Ethereals guide us. The patient hunter gets the prey.
Now,
How you
this will force a response. At least force them to stay away.
the ethereals wish.
And you are almost in a gas cloud, so you are maybe safe. Yeah, you're safe now.
The patient hunter gets the prey.
Sadly, a stasis bomb denies me my seeker missiles, but
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic
by the
areas.
size for Demir kind of getting itself killed again, that wasn't too terrible use out of it. I like to think anyway.
To spread the greater good.
And since my opponent's just staying there, that just means they're primed for more seeker missiles. I just gotta keep in mind this is all the last of my seeker missiles for my Sauces. Now, ideally, the dream is they turn around and hit the other battleship. Okay, that's fine. Not as much damage as I would like, but that works.
At your orders, Koro.
I just need to kill this cursed thing now. Which is where more secret missiles be kinda nice.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
No, I didn't realize this bad positioning there that my protector was facing the wrong way.
Drones have identified an enemy type.
Alright, just kill this thing now. Bombers might do it single-handedly. If I'm lucky.
Bombing run underway. How may I serve the town?
Mutiny kinda stinks, but... Dang it. Now I'm losing control a bit.
To spread the greater good.
God damn, these hitboxes are problematic.
We serve the cause of
And I gotta keep in mind all the objectives have been taken from me too. It's kind of why I want to have these ships go kind of
structural integrity
be able
compromised.
why I want the Bastion to kind of grab the points right now. But we can correct this quickly. The flagship is at risk of dying, but let's kill this thing now and grab the points.
Tower shall prosper.
I wonder what kind of critical hits I end up getting, if any.
Restored command. Tower shall prosper.
Is it possible for me to even get the damage I need done? Because they still have a light cruiser around after all.
Of the order.
It's a bit of a problem. It's why I probably should have left the Bastion to kind of deal with our light cruiser in the back after all.
Drones have identified an enemy type.
It was good damage at first. But again, the seeker missiles kind of could have killed that flagship so much more faster if I aimed it properly.
Spread the greater.
And now I'm just fooling around wasting time when I should be grabbing objectives.
How may I serve the tower?
Well, I can still grab objectives from the Sauce. This thing doesn't really have the firepower anymore, so just neutralize the points is the simple thing I need to do. Just gotta be mindful it still has torpedoes though. With that said,
At your orders, Koro.
That's going to be a bit of a problem.
The Ethereals guide us.
You have seized a strategic area.
So you're going to go for the ram. Yeah.
We serve the Korvacha.
Sadly, your engines are kind of gone at a bad time.
For Anvar, it will be so.
The enemy is close to victory by
It
strategic
had promised at
points.
first, and then just not paying attention to the objective very well. The Bastion should have gone after the light cruiser. I made a stupid mistake trying to have that go after the battleships, thinking that would be more impactful. Apparently it was a stupid choice.
As the Ethereals wish.
And then letting the flagship have a mutiny also probably didn't help me very much.
Corel, ready.
Let's see. You can grab this
As the
objective.
Ethereals wish.
That'll be neutralized momentarily, and I'm doing a bad job with controlling.
We prowl space. At your orders, Colonel. Swift and silent, we prowl space. At your orders, Colonel.
If I can neutralize these points, though, it's too late there. My own miscontrol cost me there again. Since that would have been neutralized, this point would have been gone, and that would have slowed down my progress quite a bit. So I messed up in so many factors, damn it. And again, it's really important to have those secret missiles hit too. Hell, you figured they still would have hit, but I don't think I had fighters actually up at the time for when they circled around, which is a bit of a problem there. And again, forgetting my damn stances, I don't even think I got any ideal critical hits. Never mind, I don't even think I got proper marks in, so that's a little bit of a letdown there.